Hey guys, LMNTRIX here. Hope you're all doing well and welcome back to the channel. Today we are back with another Killjoy guide, this time for the map Haven. Haven is a great map for Killjoy to use your utility, especially on sites A and C, as there's so many things you can do to change up your ability spots in order to make sure that the enemy team cannot anticipate where you are placing your kit. B side is more challenging as the enemy team tends to spam the entrance with utility, meaning that for example, one raise nade will destroy all your utility. In addition to this, she cannot use the verticality, meaning the angles she has to play on are less than for example Sage, Omen, Jet, or Raze. As always, the spots in this video are based on my own experience playing Killjoy. If you have another way of playing her or found something cool, then feel free to share it in the comments down below or join my Discord channel. I stream every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, so I hope to see you in the next stream. Just join in, be yourself, and have a good time. All the timestamps are in the description down below in case you want to jump to a certain part. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Alright, so starting off with Killjoy on the attacking side, and what I usually like to do is just place the turret right on this box over here, as that is basically going to cover a flank from both sides. Nothing fancy, but it's really effective. Okay, so if we start taking a look at three simple lineups for C long, and just before we jump into these, I just want to say that I've been on holiday for the last week. So all of these lineups that I'm about to show you, I kind of came up with just before I left, and I haven't really had the time to test them out in game. So you know what? I'm going to show you them. And you guys can go ahead and try them out and see how effective they are. And then let me know in the comments below if you've managed to get some kills using these lineups. I'm going to throw them real quick. All of them are from this corner. And then I'll do it again and I'll do it a little bit slower so you guys can get a better idea on how to throw them. But basically, these are the three throws. And this is where they land. The first one lands right back here. And they can't really escape this. They can't hide in any of the corners, basically. They're going to have to jump onto platform, or they're going to have to come out here and expose themselves from C long. The second one lands right behind sight, and it covers most of the back side except for this little area over here. So you do have to be mindful for that, but if you know that a guy is playing pretty close here, this one is either going to force him to fall back, or it's going to force him to fall back into this corner over here. Then basically, you know, hopefully you guys have the advantage over him if that nanoswarm here is putting extra pressure on him. And the last one falls right over here. Now, this one does damage to the guy camping in this little corner over here. But if you decide that, okay, I need to throw it a little bit further, you can also do that. And it's basically going to cover this corner here as well. Because the one I threw where it landed somewhere over here doesn't actually cover, you see, it doesn't cover this far out. So it's really going to be up to you if you want to cover the, or if you want to clear this corner over here, or if you want to clear the corner from this angle. And the only way you do that is by just throwing it a little bit further. So let's go down here and let me break it down for you guys. So the very first one, what you want to do, the one that lands right over here, what you want to do is you're going to see this over here and you just want to aim until you reach this one part right over there. And you're going to see the HUD just under your health bar. And what you want to do is just line it up into that corner over there. So you can see that I'm circling it right now. Again, right over there. It's a pretty simple jump throw. And what I usually like to do with these ones is I use them in a reactive manner, not in a proactive. If I know that a guy is playing back there, I'm going to do that lineup. I'm not going to do that lineup to just clear that corner, because in that sense, I could be wasting my utility that I could be using for post plant. But essentially, why I like to do these kind of throws is because often you're going to take fights with anyone playing right over there. So just before you peek that corner, what you want to do is pop it, and then, you know, it's going to force him to move out of the way, giving you the advantage. The second one, you want to aim. You're going to see this part of the tree right over there, just by the wall. Again, it's that part of your HUD. You just want to line it up right over there and do a jump throw. And this one, again, just before you peek, wait till it lands. Just before you peek, let it open it. And that is basically going to force him to fall back, or again, force him to come out into the open. And the last one, all you want to do is aim it just above this little area right over there. And again, a jump throw. Doesn't matter if you get pushed out into the corner like that. It's going to land right over there. Three very nice throws. Once again, I haven't had the time to check out to see how effective they are in game, But you know, up to you guys. Give them a try. Let me know how effective they actually are. All right, and the last quick lineup that I want to show you for C-bomb site is again from this corner, and it's a post-plant lineup. And all you want to do, again, with the bottom part of your HUD, you want to aim it into that corner right over there. So just under the health bar where your HUD is, again, just put it into that corner and just do a regular throw. This one is going to cover basically all of the spots where people usually plant, either from default or even if they plant for long over here, it's going to cover that. Just keep in mind, it obviously won't cover anything that's too far off, but I've used this one quite a lot and it is quite effective at, you know, delaying the defuse. So give that one a try as well, boys.
God.
Swarm grenade out.
Last player standing.
Molly is on there, I believe.
Swarm grenade out.
One enemy remaining.
Nice.
Calculated.
Always in overdrive. Now the feeling's lost. Blind to notice.
Alright guys, so moving on to A bomb site. There's two lineups that I want to show you from A long over here. One of them is on top of the sandbags over here. You just want to pin yourself into this corner. And this lineup over here is going to land into heaven, to A tower right over there. You just want to aim for this very first part of the piece of wood that's sticking out of all of these. It's the very first one. And then you just want to do a jump throw. Now that one is going to land deep into window. And it's basically going to cover everything. So if they're playing on that side, it's going to kill them. If they're playing in the middle, they're going to take some damage. They will escape though. They're not going to die. But essentially it's just going to give your team the room they need to push up here in case there's an opera or anyone is playing heaven. Now the next one is for back of A site, and you just want to come down into this part of the sandbag, so not on top but just at the bottom over here, and again pin yourself into the corner, and you just want to aim it right next to the second light bulb and just do a regular throw.
Placing swarm grenade.
And that one is going to land behind the main boxes on A site. And what I like to do when I throw this one is work my way up long over here. And then just before I'm going to peek this corner here, I like to open it. And that's basically going to give me a little bit of space that I need, because the guy that usually plays this and peeks this can be quite deadly. So if you have your nanoswarm right over here, it's going to do some damage while you're peeking him. And it's either going to kill him or it's going to force him to move out of the way, which once again, you know, you can then have this room here and push up and cover the areas as you need to.
Wait, was she on site, back of site or what?
Yeah. Yeah, Killjoy's backside.
Alright, wait, one sec, give me a sec.
They're all here.
Alright, and the last lineup we'll be looking at for A side here is a post plant lineup. So all you want to do is come into this corner over here, and you want to aim for this part just under the wire by the broken part of the building over here. You're going to see that just next to that missing brick and in between the wire, there's a little there's a little gap there. You just want to aim there and do a regular throw. If the bomb is planted a little bit more to the left, because this one here, as you can see, takes up most of the right side. If it's planted a little bit more to the left, then all you need to do is aim just about where the second last light bulb is, starting from this side. Just do a regular throw. And as you can see here, it'll land a little bit more to the left, and it will cover this side here as well.
Last player standing.
Placing swarm grenade. Swarm grenade out.
Winnable. Half.
Placing alarm bot. You will not kill my allies. Auf Wiedersehen. Found them.
One enemy remaining.
No!
No!
What?
Oh, that's so unlucky.
Alright, so let's move on to the defensive side. And there are so many things you can do here on A bomb site with Killjoy. Let's start off with the turret. The very first thing that I like to do is place the turret up here. Simply because what I primarily do is take control over long by myself, and I watch this angle, and I'll let the turret over here take control over short and give me some info anytime, you know, the enemy team have pushed up over here. The reason why I like to put it so high up is because it moves the aim from the enemy from head level or to wherever they're aiming, and suddenly they're aiming up there. So when the turret starts to shoot and they're shooting back at the turret, if I decide to peek this, the guy that is standing right over here will have his crosshair placement completely off when I peek this corner over here. And you got to keep that in mind when you're placing the turret. If you're placing it in positions like, let's say right over here, and then you peek the corner, that's not the best thing to do, right? So try and find some places where you can position the turret that completely displaces the enemy's aim. And another thing which I found is if you place the turret too close to areas like this, you can hear the turret already as of here. So if the enemies are creeping up over here, they're going to hear that turret, and it's not going to be very useful in that corner. So once again, my favorite spot is up there. What you can also do is place it on top over here. And then depending on where the turret is going to shoot, if it shoots at someone short or long, then you can react based on that and then try and kill the person, because once again, their aim will be completely off. Now moving on to the nanoswarms. And the nanoswarms on A bomb site are really cool because you can actually hide them, similar to the truck on B. Sec. That one didn't quite work. You can start off on this side over here in these ammo boxes. They're completely hidden under. All of these work the same. This box over here as well. And even this over here. Somewhere like that, almost. You got to aim it a little bit higher up. I messed that one up. So it's really going to depend. You obviously don't have 4 of these, but what I usually like to do is place only one of them. And I place that one right over here, because it's in the middle. So if I decide to use it, it'll cover most of the left side and almost all of the right side. So I've gotten kills like this, but 9 out of 10 times you're going to displace the enemy and you're going to delay the bomb plant. It's really up to you again if you want to use both of them, one on this side over here and one on this side right over here. So when you hear the bomb plant, it covers almost everything. I personally like to keep one of my nanoswarms just in case I need to rotate, but it's really up to you. Then the alarm bot, once again, I'll have my turret watching short, and then the alarm bot, I'll do one of two things. I'll either very early on into the round place it out here, and it doesn't matter if it doesn't do any damage, because I'm going to get that information already when they shoot it in advance. So I'm going to know that they are long. But otherwise, if you don't want to place it there and you want to use it a little bit more effective, you can also place it somewhere towards the middle over here. And the reason why I don't really like to place it on corners anymore is because people can really anticipate that. And once again, they can hear it. So if you're placing it right in the middle over here, and then you combine it with one of your nanoswarms in this here, what's going to happen is the enemy that's going to be pushing up over here, ready to plant, is going to get hit by this. Even if they shoot it, once they get planted over here, they're not going to hear this nanoswarm because they'll have been distracted by their alarm bot. And once they go for the plant, you can then open this up and get an easy kill or delay the bomb plant. Now, I also want to show you guys 2 other lineups that I think are pretty helpful, especially if you're coming off the rotate. And if you're coming from B, you can either just line up into this corner over here, aim for that piece of wood that's sticking out, or sorry, aim for the light bulb, and you run forward, and once your crosshair meets that, you just throw it. So just like that. And that one is going to land right in the middle. Very nice for stopping the plant. You just need to keep in mind that if you're going to do this lineup to stop the plant, you need to do it like a second before they start planting, which can be quite difficult. But with enough experience, when you know that you've lost a bomb site, usually 1 to 2 seconds after you've lost it, the enemy team is already planting the bomb. So even if they're not planting, then you're delaying the bomb plant again, which is also really useful. If you're coming from C and you wanna, or from spawn, what you need to do is just come into this shadow right over here, and you're gonna see how this part of the darker tree and the part here of the lighter tree, or the green part, once you line up the the line in between both of them, you can just do a regular throw. And that one is going to land right there as well. Very nice for delaying the plant and also covering a little bit more of the area that is not inside the box but outside over here. So that is actually how I play a bomb site. I found it to be quite useful, and the best part is that with Killjoy's utility, you don't always need to stay on site. You can also play for retake, especially if the enemy team is not anticipating your alarm bot and your nanoswarm. Then you can do some pretty serious damage when you're playing off the retake. So give those a try. I have found them to be pretty useful based on my experience, and let me know what you guys think. So guys, I'm not going to cover B bomb site because I really never play Killjoy on B, and I don't think you should either. Again, as I said in the intro, you can't make use of the verticality that B site offers. So try and play A or C. Now, moving on to C bomb site, let's start off with the turret again. I'm going to show you guys 3 or 4 spots that I usually like to place the turret, depending on how I like to play. One of them is in this corner over here. And what that's going to do is it's going to go for the person that is basically about to plant the bomb. So they're not going to see the turret. Once they come here with a bomb, they're going to take damage. But the most important thing is that that turret is going to slow them because it has that slowing effect. So once the turret goes off, I like to open up this nanoswarm, and it usually kills them because they can't react in time to kill the turret, and the slow effect on top of the nanoswarm. Yeah, it's just basically GG for them. So the next thing, what I like to do is place the turret over here as well. It's pretty nice for anyone coming into double doors over here. And the main purpose of this turret here is for information only. You don't really want anything else from it. It's nice because it will also give you information if they have pushed up and they're on site already, and you don't want to peek that corner for whatever reason. That turret also shoots at anyone that's on site. But usually what happens with it is it gets destroyed very early on once they're pushing into double doors. But once again, it gives you the information you need. Another place you can place it is up here. And what it's going to do is it's going to shoot at anyone coming from long and shoot at anyone that's just coming out of double doors over here, or C short. And what the good thing about it is, again, it's going to displace the enemy's aim because they're going to have to aim up. And usually when you hear that turret going off, you can then decide to preferably peek this corner over here and get an easy kill on that guy that's trying to destroy the turret. Now, for the nanoswarms, what I usually like to do, again, I only like to place one. The other one I like to keep in case I need to rotate or use in a last minute or an improvised situation. So basically, to prevent the post plant, I usually like to place one again in that spot over here. Otherwise, what you can also do is something a little bit cheeky, but you just need to be careful that this alarm bot over here in combination with the nanoswarm, it's not going to give you information for anyone that's coming from long, but it's more of a spot to basically do some damage for the enemy team that's coming into this corner, because that's what people like to do. They like to come into this corner over here, and once they cover it over here, they're not going to see that. They can hardly hear it, and then they're going to turn their backs to it. Once this one goes off, you can pop the nanoswarm and it's going to kill them. So that's one spot that I like to place the alarm bot. Another one that is pretty nice is on this box over here, especially if they're going to go for default plant, which is very common. It's going to do quite a lot of damage if you combine it with a nanoswarm as well. So that's essentially how I like to play C-side. It's a little bit simple. It's not too complicated. Feel free to change it up a bit by changing the location of the turret. But, you know, I have found that the best places are usually up there or right over here if you want to do damage to the person that's about to plant the spike. But anyways, guys, that was it for this video. And once again, there are less in-game examples than I usually like to have. But as I've been gone for the past week, I did not want to postpone this video any further. I hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. If you did, then you already know what to do. And if you're new to the channel, then why not consider subscribing? So take care, stay safe, and I'll talk to you guys later.